Shocking predictions for Saturn and Pisces March 2023. Next year, March, Saturn is going to be leaving Aquarius and entering Pisces. Are you prepared? I don't think you're prepared. Nobody else is going to break it down like this and tell you all the crazy stuff that's going to happen when Saturn goes into Pisces March 2023. Let's get into it. All right, first things first, what you're going to see is you're going to see more people confused, lost in life, and out of touch with reality. That's what the downside of Pisces energy brings. It tends to make people very confused, very lost, and out of touch with reality. Now, keep in mind, Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011, already increasing this, right? If you notice, since 2011, that's when, so if you're actually looking at the screen here, this little green Neptune symbol here that I'm pointing at, Neptune went into Pisces way back in 2011. So you already had an increase of confusion, people being lost. They don't know what to do with their lives. They don't know if they're coming or going. They're very delusional and all over the place, right? But now that when Saturn goes into Pisces, March 2023, you're going to see more of that. You're going to see even more people confused, lost in life, out of touch with reality. You're also going to see people get more serious about spirituality, faith, and God. Saturn tends to be where we take things more seriously, where we experience more frustrations, struggles, and limitations, right? Pisces has to do with spirituality, faith, and God, right? So people are going to get more serious about spirituality, faith, and God. And I have this in bold text because this is the good things that are going to come out of Saturn and Pisces. They're not all going to be, negative or unfortunate. There are going to be there's going to be a lot of good things that come out of Saturn and Pisces, and this is one of them. Is people, because a lot of the world's problems today are because people are lost. They have no connection to spirituality. They have no connection to faith and a concept of God. But when Saturn goes into Pisces, mark my words, people are going to get more serious about that and start to develop a real spiritual system and get closer to whatever they believe God is. People are going to get more serious about their dreams and ideals. Pisces has to do with our dreams and ideals. We all have a dream. We all have an ideal life that we would like to live, right? That's what Pisces is all about. Saturn, again, like I said, is where we get serious. And it's also where we feel inadequate, but it's where we get serious. You're going to see people get way more serious about my dreams. Like, you know what? Instead of always talking about what I'm going to do, talking about my dream, I'm going to practically, Saturn, and physically and tangibly make my dream a reality, right? You're going to see dreams will come true for some, right? So all of these are bolded because these are all the three main important things that I feel like are very positive that's going to come out of the Saturn and Pisces transit. And this is, again, another one is dreams are going to come true. So if you play this right, you make the right decisions, you get involved with technology, you get involved with where the future is going, you're trying to build a business, you're learning new skills, and you're doing everything that you know you're supposed to be doing to move forward, a very important dream and ideal can come true for you when Saturn goes into Pisces. All right, what you're also going to see is more overdoses with drugs. Unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, but astrology doesn't tell any lies. Astrology can tell you exactly what you're going to see more of. And remember, I said Saturn is associated with frustrations, limitations, restrictions, hardships, right? And there's some people that hardships are going to fall on them because of drug use, abusing drugs. You're going to see, it's not going to be good, man. And it's unfortunate because if everybody could have an astrologer and the astrologer would tell them, especially for somebody who's abusing drugs, an astrologer can tell you straight up, when Saturn goes into Pisces, you should not be messing with drugs because you're more likely to get into problems and face hardships as a result of abusing drugs. We already saw when, just Neptune being in Pisces all these years, all the people, like the opioid crisis. Remember, the opioid crisis started because of Neptune in Pisces. So then you throw Saturn in the mix, hardships, limitations, and struggles associated with drugs, you're going to see more. What else? All the clown world stuff stops, i.e. the concept that men can have babies. A lot of people complain about the clown world stuff going on where it's like we're arguing about pronouns, we're arguing about gender, just nonsense. And a lot of it started because, again, like I said, Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011. And that's right around the time when a lot of this stuff started, like people are just so delusional and in fantasy land. And if you notice what's happening is that you have the people who are rational and the people that are like, hey, look, like men can't have babies. That's just not how that works. You have the people who are rational and going against people who are very delusional and not very in touch with reality. So what's going to happen is a lot of the clown world stuff is going to stop because there's already a movement fighting against it. Like, listen, I don't want you guys messing with my kids, telling my kid that they can pick their own gender. People are already pushing back against this stuff, right? This stuff that is totally out of touch with reality. But when Saturn goes into Pisces, there's going to be more practical and tangible efforts to fight the clown world nonsense that has been going on in the world since 2011. And I don't even want to go deep down that rabbit hole because, I don't want the video to get flagged, but you know what I'm talking about. It's all the nonsense that people put out there that it doesn't objectively make sense. It doesn't biologically, physically make sense. 2 plus 2 is not equaling 4, with these people. And yeah, so you're going to see a lot of that come to an end. Lots of endings of cycles, right? So just in general, you're going to see, because Pisces is the last sign, right? It's the 12th sign of the zodiac. So it represents the end of a cycle before starting anew in Aries, right? So what you're going to see is a lot of endings of cycles. We're already seeing a lot of endings of cycles since Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011, right? So you're going to see that even more. You're going to see even more endings of cycles. And remember, this can manifest in many different ways. Many different ways, but we're definitely going to see even more endings of cycles on a mass public global scale. Problems with water and viruses, buckle up, right? So since Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011, we haven't really seen significant problems with water, but obviously we definitely had an issue with the virus, right? But yeah, when Saturn goes in there and Saturn joins the Pisces, yeah, you're going to start to see issues with water and start to pop up. And of course, I'm not happy about this because, of course, this is scary, right? This is scary but that's what Pisces is associated with, water and the intangible. A virus is intangible. You can't touch it. You can't grab it. You can't see it, right? So, yeah, and Saturn, again, like I said, comes with frustrations, hardships, limitations, and struggles. So we're going to see, unfortunately, more issues arise with water and viruses. Just stay safe out there. All we can do is hope for the best, but you're definitely going to see that. No other way around it. Increase of sacrifice and suffering. That's also what Pisces is associated with, sacrifice and suffering. The whole concept of being a martyr. That's what Pisces is all about. Like, you know what? I'm going to die for this cause, sacrifice myself for this cause. And Pisces is associated with suffering because, think about it. When you suffer, that's when people get a connection with God. The whole concept of life is suffering. That's what spirituality teaches you, right? So we're going to see a lot more increase of sacrifice and suffering. If you already noticed, there's already been, an increase in suffering, like since Neptune has been in Pisces. People are drugged out, like people are unhappy, they're lost, they're depressed, they don't know what to do with themselves, they don't know what to do with their lives. And then now we got this war in Ukraine. So it's like, yeah, just a lot of suffering and sacrifice. There's this agency that apparently like they basically one of these big agencies that run the world and manage food and stuff like that. They're predicting that within the next couple of years, more than 1 billion people are gonna starve. And you can see, like, with Saturn going into Pisces, conjoining Neptune, absolutely, I believe it. Absolutely, we're gonna see something like that. A lot of people, look this up. Look up food shortages. This has already been predicted. More than 1 billion people will starve because, like I said, that's what we're gonna see: increase of sacrifice and suffering. Virtual reality is gonna go ape blank. Yeah, virtual reality is going to go crazy because remember, like I said, Pisces is all about the intangible, things that you can't touch, things that you can't see. It's not real. Saturn is all about long-term development, career, status, achievement, reputation, things that are practical and tangible. So when you put practical and tangible with something that's not real, then you get virtual reality, right? And we already heard about the metaverse that's in development. So many other, companies that are like it that are going to really push for this virtual reality thing. And yeah, so you're going to see like virtual reality really, really mature and develop 100%. And I feel like that's going to lead to more suffering because we don't need more escapism. We don't need more escapism. The world already has too much escapism. That's why so many people are addicted to social media, depressed, escaping their life through social media, escaping their life through drugs. There's already too much escapism and trying to get away from reality going on. So, yep. you're going to see that even more. So, the biggest takeaway from all of this is the best way to navigate Saturn going into Pisces next year, March, and to really make the best of it, get serious about spirituality, faith, and God. Get more serious about your dreams. Make your dreams come true. Make them tangibly come true. And yeah, everything will be all right. And yeah, just have that strong spiritual system. And you say, you know what? I am gonna maintain this connection with the universe. That listen, if something is happening to me, it's happening for me. If it's happening to me, I can handle it. There's a reason why I'm going through it and nobody else. All right. Thank you for sticking around up until this point. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below, of course, and I'll talk to you next time.